That's all right. We've got time. We can sit here and wait.
I don't like that it shows my whole.
Hey, you're live.
I don't like this.
We'll just take, this is a show about procrastination, so we have plenty of time.
Always have time if you're going to procrastinate.
All right. Welcome to Denim Pearls. My name is Brian Swanson.
I'm Dr. Michelle Moraz
We're business casual
with Pearls of Wisdom.
from the Poach. See, we did it backwards today.
I know. I'm like trying to fix my shirt and he turned us on live.
So we're procrastinating today.
We're not procrastinating.
We're just trying to get our act together.
Trying to get the act together.
Is that what it is?
Yes. No, the mic is like pulling my shirt. Okay. So
Are you
procrastination.
done now?
Now that I'm finally settled, yes. So procrastination, what are we talking about?
Taking our time. I put it in our notes that it can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing.
Yes.
So let's start with the bad thing first, because that's what we all think about is procrastination is a bad thing.
Okay.
So why is procrastination a bad thing?
Why do you think
Well, let's start with what the heck is the definition of procrastination?
What is it? You're the one who put it up there.
I don't know. I didn't look it up.
Putting off for tomorrow what you can do today.
Or 20 minutes.
Yeah.
When I think of procrastination, I think of it when I was in
I'm having problems
school.
with the camera angle. I can't see.
What's wrong?
It's like looking at my skirt.
What's
The angle of the camera is funky.
Oh, I don't know what to tell
So
you.
procrastination.
They're trying to tell us to get to the point.
Putting off for another time that you can do right now. So negative versions of procrastination. What brought that up? What would be a negative procrastination?
I don't know. I'm thinking of our weather today, to be honest with you. Is
Okay.
where it came from.
Okay.
Because our weather today is just flipping gorgeous outside.
It is gorgeous.
It is. And it keeps you, it's like a motivational factor. Just the weather alone is a motivational factor. If it's a sunny, nice day outside, you have a tendency to get things done, more things done.
Well, you have more energy. You're like kind of pumped up.
Yeah, but this afternoon, we're supposed to drop down into the
Negatives.
well, tonight's the negatives, but we're supposed to get really, really cold for the next 3 days. And that means it's probably going to be cloudy. It's not going to be sunny and pretty. It's going to be cloudy. We're supposed to get some snow. It really drains on the energy.
If you allow it. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Or in this case, ain't no sunshine when the sun's gone.
Yeah, I mean, you look outside and you go, oh my God, it's nasty, it's gross, it's cold, it's frigid. I don't want to go outside. I guess I'll just sit here, eat chili, and watch TV.
And that is why they invented sun lamps.
You're doing a whole lot of yeah buts on me tonight.
But seriously, that's why they invented sun lamps, because the human mind, the brain, it wants light, it wants sun. And so when you live somewhere, let's say Alaska or way up north, where the cloud cover happens a lot and there's not a lot of sun, people get depressed. And so they have to purchase sun lamps to keep their mood up. It's vitamin D.
Right.
Yeah. I lost what I was talking about.
I was going to say, I watched your whole thing just go out the window.
But no, that's the whole thing about procrastination is the procrastination thing is, I really want to do this, but I'd rather not get up right now.
Yeah. I do that a lot here, especially from working from home.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with the military, it was like, get off your butt, go into work, do the PT or the, gymnastics and crap. And then go to work, and then you're there. You have no choice but to work, no matter what the weather is outside. Now, there we had our slow days. Don't get me wrong, we all do. But with the military, you always had it. With this environment, it's like it's nasty outside. I don't want to crawl out from underneath the mink blanket. I've got a TV in my room.
Well, see, and I have just the opposite problem with procrastination. When it's nice and sunny like this, I don't want to be inside. So I want to go out and be in it. So my procrastination is, I really don't want to do work. I want to go out there and enjoy it while I can. And so I have the opposite procrastination.
Well, I think we all do. But even if it's nice outside, yeah, I don't carry on a whole lot of other, what do they call those? Not habits,
Routines.
fun things to do.
Oh,
What do you call those? Oh, what's the word I'm looking for?
activities, extracurricular activities.
Extracurricular activities or oh my gosh, hobbies.
Oh, hobbies.
I don't have any. I don't have
Your
a whole lot of
hobbies are
outdoor
your
hobbies.
hobbies are inside. Your hobbies are all around a computer.
The computer or the
Or
car.
in this thing, it
or
says, "Relax.
the
The
D-
DJ is here."
the DJ's here.
That's his hobby.
Yes.
But no, with procrastination, what do you think about procrastination? I mean, are you guilty of it? Probably yes, because we all are.
We all are.
It's human nature. But he wanted to talk about the negative aspects of procrastination. Well, let's get on to that. The negative aspects of procrastination is you don't do what you're supposed to be getting done.
Yes,
Period.
for sure.
Yeah,
But there's always time.
eventually. It depends on what it is.
There's always
It
time.
depends on what you're procrastinating on. So let's say tax season's coming up, and
I still
almost
have 2 months to go.
procrastination. Basically, wait till the last day and then I'll do it. So yeah,
even
there's
though I've
time.
been thinking about it for the last month.
See, procrastination.
So if you haven't done your taxes, this is a good time to get around procrastination and get started.
Well, in procrastination, what really is, it's not a lazy thing. It's just avoidance of non-pleasure. We like to do things we like to do, but when it's something that makes us uncomfortable or forces us out of our comfort zone or makes us go out of our routine, it's like, I'll wait.
Or takes too much energy.
Yeah, I'll just wait.
It goes back to that thing we talked about, I think it was last week, where you drop your keys and you're trying to figure out the easiest way to pick them up with like not hurting yourself, not falling over, our age kind of a thing. But procrastination in my eyes is kind of the same thing. I don't want to get on and do all the marketing that I need to do for such and such. It can wait till tomorrow. So it's going to be easier tomorrow because the wife's going to be out of the house and the dog's going to be gone. And
So basically, you're making excuses for why you need to not do something.
exactly. Or you just thinking about how long it's going to take you, and do you really want to commit the time and the energy to what you need to do, even though you need to do it? Because I know when I sit down and do something on the computer, a lot of times it will take me hours.
Mhm.
Well, I can sit and keep up on what's going on in the world, or I can do what I need to do. And sometimes I don't make the right choice.
So can you do both? Well, my thing about procrastination is I learned in the past several years of my life that procrastination does not serve me. Because what happens is I procrastinate and then I forget. And then it never gets done. Or
That's true.
Or I get a warning that says, you have not done this, you better do it now. And I'm like, I got to do it now. And then it stresses me out. So what happens is when there's something that I want to procrastinate, because I want to procrastinate, I tend not to.
Yeah.
It's usually my signal. Do I not want to do it? Yeah, let's just hold off. Well, nope, I better do it, because if I don't do it now, I'll forget about it because it's that low on my priority list.
Right. And I think some of it also comes down to priorities, moral standards, ethics. A lot of it comes back to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you owe somebody something, you have a tendency to be more productive and faster to get it done and get it to them, whatever that is.
Save face.
So because you don't want to go, well, I promised her this on January 1st and it is now December 30th. I might want to think about putting this all together.
You notice the screen keeps jumping?
Yeah, I know. I'm going to get up and change the setting real quick because I can't do it from the front. So keep talking.
Well, I don't like talking about the negative aspects of procrastination.
It all comes with it because that's what we think of as negative.
I know, but I want to talk about the positive parts of procrastination.
Okay.
And people are like, positive parts of procrastination? Yes, there is a positive. And what I'd like to focus on a little bit is the positive side, because what does procrastination actually indicate to us? What does it indicate in our minds? It's
laziness.
It's something we don't want to do. It's something we're avoiding because we don't want to do it. If it was something that brought you joy, you would do it quickly because you like it. But procrastination, I see, I'm taking the devil's advocate side of it, or in this case, the angel side of it, is the positive aspects of procrastination is it gives you an indicator of the things that aren't in your wheelhouse.
I can't agree with that
Go ahead.
completely because it can be like I was just saying, it could be completely within your wheelhouse. Just like marketing, sometimes I procrastinate doing marketing because I know I can always do it later, and two, it's probably going to take up a lot of my time, and I've got to find the time to do it. So I procrastinate to get it done, and then I make the time.
But if you
So it's not
if
the
it,
fact that it's
so
out of my wheelhouse kind of a thing.
well, no. Well, the reason I say out of the wheelhouse is people avoid things they don't like to do.
We have a guest.
You just avoid the things you don't want to do. That's what procrastination is. So if you would just stop doing it, then you'd be fine. What's going on?
You want to say hi?
No,
Come get it.
no. He's trying to make you stand into a camera. Is what he's
I
doing.
was trying.
He's such a dork. But anyways, the positive side of procrastination is it might be an indicator of something that you might want to partner and give to someone else.
Well, yeah, that I could agree with.
So like way back when I used to do my own website, oh my gosh, it was such a chore. I could do it, but I hated it because I would put an image on and didn't realize that it chopped off half a picture and blah blah blah. And so I would just sit for hours on something mindlessly ridiculous because I knew someone else out there would just click a button, it would fit and would go in. But I spent 2 hours trying to get a dang picture to fit. And I'm like, never mind, I'm not going to do it. I won't do it.
I've been there, done that.
And so what I realized was the things that I was procrastinating on weren't things that easily came to me. It would piss me off. And so I would just give up on it. That's when I realized those are the ones. And why don't you go?
Okay.
Go.
Yeah. Hold on a second. I'll be
keep
right
talking.
back.
I'll just randomly talk. But that's what I realized. Those were things that I had to give up on. I needed to pass it to someone else, partner, ask someone else to do it for me, and then I could stay in my strength zone. So I'm like, I know Brian likes to argue about, well, he could do it and blah, blah, blah. Yes, he can. We can all do it. That's what entrepreneurs tend to do. We can do everything. Thing is should we? And that's what I think procrastination is. Procrastination is a good indication light that says, you know what? Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should find someone who could do it faster than you. Stretch out of your comfort zone. Pull out of what you say, I can do it all. I'm an entrepreneur. I can do it all. Yes, you can. Good on you. But should you? And I think procrastination is a good indicator light that says, you know what? That is not my strength, my biggest strength. Let me just go find someone else to do it. It's just an indicator.
My eyes are going. I can't. Michael wrote something. I think it says stretch.
Stretch out of your comfort zone.
Stretch out of your comfort zone. Or it could say scratch. I don't know.
No, stretch.
Hi, Michael.
But that's the whole thing is that people see procrastination. See, I see everything as a good end. There's always a lesson to be learned from whatever. And with procrastination, yes, it makes you, when you do procrastination, you are avoiding something that should be getting done. But the good thing about it is it does give you a good indication of things you don't like to do. You will never see me procrastinate on stage. If someone says, we need a speaker, someone jump up on stage? I will jump up on stage. I would never say, well, let me think about it because I don't know. No, I love it. So I will jump on stage. It's like, hey, we need a singer to jump up. Can someone fill in? Yes, I'm in. I love it. But if someone said, hey, can somebody do the calculations for that bridge over there? We need to know what the variance for it to, so it can, how much weight it can handle. I do. I procrastinated. I don't want to do it. You see, that's where I'm getting at.
So I'm thinking now, my book.
Oh, you procrastinate like crazy on that
book. I think part of it is the fact that I know how much time it's going to take me. Two, I know how picky I am, and I know how anal retentive I am with writing. And it doesn't sound like fun, so I'll sit and watch the TV.
Did you hear that? It doesn't sound like fun. You would not procrastinate on something you enjoyed, and that's what I'm getting at.
Well, sometimes it's sometimes to break procrastination, you've got to find a motivation, something to motivate you in order to get you there.
Now, see, your excuses for procrastination would be my excuses of more on why I need to do it. I'm picky. I'm very picky about my writing.
I am. That's what it is.
I know it's going to be a lot of work and it's going to take a lot out of me, but it's something that needs to be done. I really don't want to do it. If I heard that in my head, I need to write it now so I have a longer time to look through it, edit it, go back and rewrite parts when I don't like it. it makes me want to do it sooner than later, because then I can pick on it.
But
for
that's
the
the
next year.
beauty of being a procrastinator,
I'm not a procrastinator.
because I have the ability to do it quickly.
That if you have the ability to do it quickly, then do it and get it out of the way.
But I can always do it when I'm ready.
Do it now. Get off the camera. Go write. Been waiting for him to write a book for how many years now? A year and a half?
I have some stuff down. I have spent some. It's just not organized.
But anyways, look at your things. Look at the things that you procrastinate on. It's not the things you enjoy. It's the things you, I can live without it. Yeah, it'll wait. It can wait another week.
Okay, so the other half of this too, I want to stick in here too, is not just procrastination, because we all know the negatives of procrastination. We know how to overcome. Get good weather, play better music, get you pumped up, take a Red Bull. There's all kinds of things to get rid of procrastination.
To get rid of procrastination for real, you need to change your mindset.
Well, it depends on if you're a chronic procrastinator. But I'm just talking about if you're in one subject. Sometimes goals, because like I have with the book, I have no date.
You can give yourself
that I have to have a date. That's self-induced, and I know that's where my problem.
But that's how goal setting happens. You put a date, and your mind does, holy crap, that date's coming up. I need to get it done. Just like our taxes. Taxes are due what? April what? 12th.
15th.
Okay, April
Whatever.
15th. Okay, make it the 12th so you're not on the last day. But anyways, whatever it is that you need to get done that you want to procrastinate, you tend to procrastinate on, that's what goal setting's for. You put a date on it, and your mind will mentally say, oh, okay, I've got till March 1st. And you will wait, right?
I like Michael's comment. I think he's kind of sort of on my side on this one. He says hard work pays off over time.
Yes.
Procrastination pays off now.
Immediately. Yes.
Exactly. I like that.
And that's why he's
my
husband.
It's like I was in school. I never studied for my tests. I never did this. I always wrote my papers at the last minute. I've always been a procrastinator of sorts.
And I'm not.
Yeah, which is terrible. And then there's then a lot
yin and yang here.
Then a lot of times what comes along with the non-procrastinator is the organizer, which is probably where my downfall is. Because like you tell my wife, she's already talking about our trip to Qatar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 3 months out or whatever it is. And
she's a planner.
She's like, yeah, what hotel, what plane ticket, where are we flying into? What time are we doing this? What hell if I know? Me, I procrastinate, or I let somebody else do it in this case. I procrastinate to the last minute and go, oh crap, I forgot to make hotel reservation.
Qatar is the week of Easter.
I know. So it's 3 months out.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah, she's a planner. So is Michael.
Right. So with the non-procrastinator becomes the planner.
Mm-hmm. And I'm right in between.
Well, I fall to the far side of that one.
Yes, you do.
But that also comes down to area of responsibility. You know why?
Because you pass the responsibility off to your spouse?
No, because my spouse enjoys doing that, so it's her area of responsibility to make sure that the plane tickets are done and the hotel room is done. Did you hear
my eyes roll? It's because my eyes just rolled.
You're the one with all the information. She's the one who needs it. I just sit back and go, okay, when do I get on the plane?
That's when you connect us. I didn't know she was looking for that information.
She's not right at the moment.
Okay, you're planning on that.
But that's what's going to happen.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she has asked me the dates. And then the next thing that's going to come, has Michelle got the tickets yet?
Nope.
Has Michelle got a hotel yet?
Nope, because I'm not buying any of those. The organization's buying it for me. So they're buying my ticket, my hotel, everything. So
yeah, but I have to have that information to do mine.
Yeah, well, I don't have that yet because they haven't done it for me yet.
Right, but you see what I'm saying? She's a planner. She's not a procrastinator. She's a planner.
Yes. And
so her hard work will pay off in the long run. My procrastination says, when do I get on the plane?
So his procrastination is paying off now because he's not worried about anything because it doesn't bother him.
Exactly. So now I want to also accomplish the fact that procrastination actually can be a good thing.
Yes.
And it can be a good thing because
I already started on that one.
Well, kind of, but you didn't go down the route that I was thinking. The route that I was thinking is a lot of times we'll look at something and then we'll procrastinate on it, and then the details will change.
Like what?
Let's say I'm procrastinating on airline tickets in this case.
And then to Cutter, you procrastinate on a plane ticket, that thing's going to jump up a couple $1,000s.
Right. But what I'm saying is a lot of times procrastination will be a good sign of patience also, because maybe the plane tickets will drop. I mean, you can't count on it, but a lot of times that happens to me. I'll procrastinate on something and something becomes better, more efficient, less expensive. It could be a lot of things that if you're procrastinating, let's say, for instance, procrastinating on a paper due for college class on Monday. Well, I waited it until Saturday or till Friday, and Friday afternoon, the teacher said, or the instructor or whatever, professor says, I'm going to be on vacation next week, so you've got another week before I get back.
And see, and I was the student.
Or they're going to cancel it all out together.
I was the student who got the syllabus at the beginning of the year and did all the big assignments immediately. And what I would do is I'd have them in a folder, and as we were learning about them, I would put notes in my already done paper that I could make it better before it was due. I never waited to the last minute. The only thing I procrastinate on are taxes.
I always procrastinated on schoolwork.
Yeah, never.
Now, there were times when I did the same thing. I said, well, let me, these 5 pages that got to be done this week in math, I'll go ahead and get them done now. And I'd sit down and I'd get them all done, and then I wouldn't worry about them. Or I'd lose them, and I'd have to do them again anyway.
You also have to think of the whole procrastination background. The reason I didn't procrastinate is because I had 4 jobs.
Right.
So I couldn't procrastinate because I never knew if I was going to be working a mid shift the day before the test or before the paper was due. So I'd have everything done. So I would just have to. You have to understand, we're in our 50s. So when we say a paper, we had to type it on a typewriter.
If you had one.
If you were lucky enough to have one.
Mine.
And if you messed up, you had to start over, because that was before that little white stuff, the corrector was even invented. So you had to prepare.
What was that called?
Whiteout.
Whiteout, yes.
You had to prepare for those kind of things. So I would prepare so far ahead so that when I had to work till 3 a.m. or whatever and have to go straight to school, I already had my paper done weeks in advance, because I didn't have the luxury of having the night before. See?
I understand, because I've done it.
I had to prepare.
It's just I don't live my life by it.
Yeah, it's just ingrained in me. It's ingrained in me. So it's really funny, because this is one of the rare occasions that Brian and I are polar opposite. I do not believe in procrastination.
I don't necessarily advocate for it either.
Okay,
however,
it makes me crazy is what it does. It makes me nervous. And so if I, like a lot of things like conferences and things I'm speaking at, I'm working with people overseas, and they're like, okay, well, we'll get your ticket and your hotel and blah, blah, blah. And we'll see you in April. And I do, when am I leaving? When's my plane? I mean, are you going to send me the money so I can buy my plane? Oh, no, we'll send it to you in a little bit. And I'm like, how am I supposed to plan? And so it freaks me out, because I want to do this. I want to know when my hotel, I like to coordinate my flight landing so that when I land, I don't have to wait to get checked into the hotel. So I'm very weird about how I come in. Yeah, that part drives me crazy. So what I've learned is I have to learn patience with people who procrastinate. Because in that case, it will work out.
It always does. Well, it doesn't always, but for the most part, it usually does.
Mm-hmm.
So patience, sometimes just waiting, because life has a tendency to change things.
Yeah, so like
it really does. So sometimes procrastination can actually be translated into patience. There's a line there.
The only time I've seen procrastination work really well is if you're ever going to Vegas, buy your tickets at the last minute, buy your hotel room at the last minute.
Why?
Because they want to fill the hotel and they want to fill the arenas, they want to fill everything. So they drop their prices the day of.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. That's one thing that's bad about Colorado Springs.
What?
I don't know about other cities and towns, but I'm pretty sure when it comes to events, people have a tendency to procrastinate and buy things at the last minute because they're expecting prices to go down. Even if you tell them they're going to go up,
they'll wait.
They'll wait, and they'll either pay the extra $10 or whatever it is, or they'll turn around and not go at all.
Yep.
because they procrastinate rather than saying they're going to do something and committing. Commitment is another part of procrastination.
And that's
we could tail off onto this and all kinds of
and
things.
because we do events, and that's really bad when people procrastinate. And that's why I like to move the date further than when we really need it, because when you're doing events, you have to pay for the caterer, you have to pay for the room, and how big of the room do you want? Because if you only have 50 people, then I can get the small room. But if I have 200 people coming, I need the big room. Those are two completely different pricing, but you have to pay for the room before you use it. So when you're doing an event, it's really important for people to RSVP and pay that ticket, because
especially when it comes to food.
Yeah, because you have to pay for it before you go into that room. And so if you anticipate 200 people and then the day of the event, only 50 people bought the ticket, you're paying all of that out of pocket.
Well, the crazy part is around here, the day of the event, you may have only had 50 people sign up.
And then they show up at the door.
Then they either show up at the door or they try and get them last minute, and then they're mad because they can't get one. There's one thing. Or they turn around and they do get a ticket, and next thing you know, your numbers are at 250, and now you screwed your entire...
Because you didn't buy enough food.
It's really, really, for procrastination, that's probably one of the worst things.
So one of the things we beg you, if you're a procrastinator, don't do it to events.
No, especially if there's food involved.
Especially nowadays post-COVID, events are so expensive, and reserving rooms are so expensive in the tech. Yeah. And if you want to do live stream the event, there's so many things you have to prep for as an event organizer, that if you have people who are attending that are procrastinators, it throws your entire timeline on. Yeah, especially if you're bringing in other speakers and you have to pay them to come out. Oh my gosh.
Well, I will give an excuse for some of those procrastinators. They may not be procrastinators. They may be just waiting to see what their day is going to be like. Oh, I'd love to go to the event, but I always have this thing where work might come up. I'm going to be on call that weekend, or I might not be on call, and I'm not going to know until 3 days prior whether I'm going to be on call. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons, excuses. However, it's annoying. It's really annoying.
For the event organizer. But now let's back to procrastination on a personal level.
Huh?
Personal level.
I thought you already did that.
No, I'm going to go to something else.
Oh.
How are your New Year's resolutions?
We talked about that last week.
We did.
But we're another week into it, and January's not over yet.
January's not over, and I noticed this morning in the gym the amount of people who are no longer there.
Is it in half or more?
More. 3/4 of them are gone.
3/4 are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not procrastination, though.
No,
that's lack of commitment.
No, that's
life happens.
No, it's they stumbled, they fell. I mean, what I talked about on my live that I did this morning is enthusiasm. Anybody can be enthusiastic about something. Yeah, I'm going to do my New Year's resolution. I'm so enthusiastic. It's that commitment.
Mm-hmm. It's a long-time commitment. It's a long-term.
You have to be committed to something.
What is it? 28 days in order to create a habit?
I have no idea.
And if you can't even make it 28 days,
start again. Just start again. No one's tallying up. This is all in your head. So just start again. And that's why I wanted to link it to procrastination, is because most people wait for their New Year's resolutions till New Year's. Don't procrastinate. As soon as that thought comes to your head, start doing it now. Actually, you can say my New Year's resolution for 2026 is I'm going to do this. Start it now. And then by 2026, you've already done it. It's old news. Don't procrastinate. I'm already talking for New Year's for next year.
No, when I hear 2025, 2026, when I hear those numbers, I think back to 1925, 1926, and think that was 100 years ago. And I'm thinking those people 100 years ago who were in our position are thinking 2026, are you kidding me? I'm just thinking of lifespan, and I'm thinking of the way things were then. I mean, 1926 was what? The car, Henry Ford had only done the car in 1913.
Mm-hmm. We come a long way, baby. Thank goodness for people who don't procrastinate.
Yeah, for those who don't procrastinate, that's why we're where we're at. That's why we have computers. That's why we have podcasts. That's why we have tons and tons of things. It's also why we have problems, but that's beside the point.
Problems are all relative.
They are. it's the perspective of the time.
I was listening, like when we were having problems with the cell towers and people were sending text messages and nothing was going on, or Facebook was blinking on and off and people couldn't sign on. And I was thinking, wow, talk about first world problems. Oh my gosh, I tried to send that message, but it didn't work. Pick up the phone. 100 years ago, right? 1924.
You didn't have a choice.
They didn't even have that.
You was gonna say
They had to write a message, and someone had to put it in the go to the office, and they would do ting 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 ting. What is that?
Morse code.
Morse code, not Morse.
Telegraph. Same thing.
So that's the thing is procrastination. It could be good. It could be bad. It just depends on how much you abuse it. Brian likes to use it to his advantage. And I like to avoid it like the plague. So
I can avoid a lot of things very easily. Avoidance is my
your middle name.
My middle name, yeah.
And me, it's like charge.
The reward for not procrastinating cannot be more or additional work. The reward for not procrastinating
cannot be more.
That's true, because sometimes that happens too. I never thought about that. That kind of happens too sometimes.
What?
You don't procrastinate on something, you get it all done, and the next thing you know, you've got to redo it 3 times or do 14 other things on top of it in order to be a successful project.
Like I said with my term papers, that's why I did them early, because you never know. Like, oh my gosh, I forgot to cite these 3 things. I've got to go to the library and go through that little index thing. And
well, my procrastination comes down to the fact that the paper at the beginning of the year, the syllabus, would have said our topic is cotton balls. I would have done the cotton balls, and then 2 weeks before the project was due on the syllabus, the teacher would come up and say, hey, we need to do about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That would always be my kind of thing. So procrastination in that case would have saved me, because I would have only had to write 1 paper, not 2.
You know why? Because your teacher was procrastinating. And they just put something on the syllabus, and later on they went, yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Exactly. That would be so. See, that's where patience pays off.
And see, my thing was
procrastination works to your advantage.
Well, I'm saying, I'm thinking that paper that you wrote on cotton balls, and later on it turned into to peanut butter, whatever you said.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
You can shift things. See, you learn in college, you learn about statistics. You can make them say anything you want. You just take all the words that say cotton balls and change them to peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and then slightly adjust everything. This should probably be about the same.
So in other words, rewrite the paper. Yeah, I think we should go get us a sandwich.
Yeah, my thing.
Time.
Bottom line is procrastination. Should you do it or should you not? I say yes, possibly no, or no, possibly yes. In my world, don't procrastinate. But oftentimes the people you work with are also procrastinators. So you just have to be able to
juggle. You're actually annoying.
He's my procrastinator.
Anyhow.
But beggars can't be choosers, right? Hey,
yeah.
Brian, can you get this done? Yeah, I will eventually. Okay. But at least he'll get it done, and I know he will. I just have to remind him.
Yeah, I think we should be done. We're past our 30 minutes.
Are we already?
Yes.
Holy smokes.
We waited long enough to finish.
Okay, well, you all know if you procrastinate or not. And as Michael said earlier, what did he say? Hard work pays off in time, but procrastination pays off now. And we're not advocating to be procrastinators, but understand that
use it to your advantage.
But with every decision you make on those kind of things, and if you do choose to procrastinate, there could be adverse effects. But either way, life's a game, life's a challenge, and you never know what you're going to get. So if you're a planner, plan. If you're not a planner, don't plan, but really hope that you've got a planner somewhere in your life, because someone's not going to have tickets to Qatar without his wife.
Anyway,
okay,
that does it for us. Don't forget to like and share.
My name is Dr. Michelle Mraz.
And I'm Brian Swanson.
We are Denman Pearls.
We're business casual.
With pearls of wisdom from the porch.
Yay.
And work on it. Procrastination, make that smaller. Don't make those time periods so scarily tight. Okay, I have to get off that because I don't like procrastinating.
No, you're doing something that I was trying to think of what the word was in you're filibustering because you just keep talking and talking and talking, and I'm trying to hit the end stream, and you just keep going. You're filibustering for the end of the show. Don't forget to like and share. We love you all.
Peace.
Peace.